A spotlight has been casted on the environmental and humanitarian issues prevalent in the fashion industry. These issues include material wastage, air pollution, and child labor. And oftentimes, the victims of fashion are the environment and the impoverished. Fortunately, with advocates giving a voice to the voiceless, the fashion industry has started to step out of its bubble and better itself. Apart from the above mentioned issues, there is one area that's often overlooked but nonetheless important, addressing social issues that the fashion industry is blind to. And that is what our brand is hoping to accomplish. We thought to ourselves, where better to start improvement initiatives than our very home? So, we began looking at the social issues experienced by Singaporeans and the correlation to fashion. We identified the climate, or the lack thereof, and the inadequacy of fashion brands catering to it. On average, Singapore's temperature is at approximately 31.3 degrees Celsius. There are only two seasons, dry and wet. The dry season usually lasts from March to August, while the wet season lasts from September to February. Singaporeans prefer to dress comfortably whenever possible. During the dry season, they prefer wearing natural fibers such as cotton, linen, or synthetic fibers such as dry fit. On the other hand, during the wet season, they wear thicker materials to protect themselves from the cold winds and cooler indoor climate. This is backed up by a survey that we conducted. When asked what comes to mind at the mention of Singapore's fashion, 80% responded with tropical comfort, summer vibes, simple and breathable wearing. However, the current product offerings by international and even local brands do not offer any tropical-friendly garments specific to Singapore's climate, that is, the wet and dry seasons. Moreover, during our guerrilla observation at Orchard Road, we realized that 8 out of 10 pedestrians spot some sort of a street-style element. Hence, our response to solving the issue is to provide fashionable and climate-appropriate street-style garments for Singaporeans. We will be using elements of the indigo dye in our collection as it has a rich history in our region. Indigo is by far the most commonly used blue vegetable dye and can be derived from plants found in temperate, subtropical, and tropical climate zones. It also has antibacterial properties, which is great for a hot and humid country like Singapore. We've decided on using these materials for their tropical friendly properties. Linen was an obvious choice, as it's porous and allows air to pass through, making it a sweat-wicking natural fabric. It can also be wrinkle-free treated so that it doesn't require a lot of maintenance, which is what Singaporeans love. Tencel, also known as lyocell, is another great option as it requires significantly less energy than other materials to produce. Silk and rayon are two other materials we'll be experimenting with indigo dyeing techniques to produce unique fabrics for our collection. The garments within the collection caters to both hot and cold temperatures experienced in Singapore, indoors and outdoors. Taking inspiration from streetwear, we have come up with garments that have removable paneling via snap buttons and zippers, which allows for adding or taking away layers in each of the climates, allowing the garments to free transform with the clasp and zippers to create different looks and layers from just one garment.